Hello students, welcome to AffairsCloud. My name is Vikas. We have an app by the name CareersCloud which you can go and download through Play Store. Once you have downloaded the application, you will be able to easily log in using your Gmail ID. Once you have logged in, you will be redirected to this page where you will be getting this UI and there will be option for home, all courses, my courses and doubt section. On this application, you will be getting multiple PDFs, multiple content on daily basis that will be enhancing your learning. Our first segment is daily current affairs. We make sure to provide you current affairs on daily basis in both English as well as in Hindi content. The PDFs for the same are uploaded on our application, and apart from this, we also make sure to provide you with quizzes that will help you to revise the content after you have gone through the PDF. Next comes our weekly content. The content is also provided in both English as well as in Hindi, and here we also make sure to provide you quiz also of that past week's current affairs that will be enhancing your learning, as it is a compilation of the important topics, important MCQ questions for the last week. Similar for the monthly, the PDFs are very important. They provide you insights of various topics, as well as we also make sure to provide you the quiz of monthly questions that are very important for learning. Next, we also provide you with important PIB articles on daily basis so that you can go through these articles and have an insight about that particular topic. Not just this, we also make sure to provide you important events that are happening globally and make sure to give you the right analysis. One of the most important segment of our application is that we make sure to provide you with the correct exam analysis. When you are having exam, we make sure to provide you with previous year questions so that the student can go through the exam pattern and the syllabus and can prepare the exam accordingly based on the pattern. After the exam, we also make sure to provide you with the exam analysis. Then for the students who are preparing for state exams, they will be also beneficial here, as we will make sure to provide with state-wise current affairs for them. Apart from this, we also make sure to cover the topic-wise current affairs such as your national affairs, government schemes, international affairs, banking and finance, economy and businesses, as these are the topics from which the examiner definitely asks the question, and these are covered on the monthly basis. So friends, do check our application. It will be a one-stop solution for learning. Apart from this, friends, CareersCloud is hiring. We are looking for candidates for subject matter experts in quants, reasoning and English, and also we are looking for a content creator for current affairs topic on daily basis, weekly basis and monthly basis. There is also an opening for a person who can translate the English content into Hindi. If you want to apply, you can scan the code here for further details, or you can go to the description and click the link below. These positions are available both in full-time and freelance for serious candidates.
Hello everyone. So in this video we will be discussing important current affairs for the topic international affairs for the March month. Session will be quite interesting and important, so do take notes. They will be very beneficial for your learning. Let's start. First is, according to the 12th edition of the International Intellectual Property Index released by United States Chamber of Commerce in Feb 2024, India has retained the Dash rank with an overall score of 38.64%, while Dash country has topped the list. So in the 12th edition of International Intellectual Property Index for 2024, that is released by US Chamber of Commerce in Feb, what is the rank of India? India stands at 42nd position. India stands at 42nd position, whereas United States of America, it has secured the top position. So right option here becomes option 2. Correct? And USA has topped the list with an overall score of 95.48%. Then after US, it was UK, and then France was on the third position. Next, in which country Prime Minister of India Narendra Modi has recently inaugurated an airstrip and a St. James jetty? So it is in which country? It will be in Mauritius. Right? PM Narendra Modi recently, and PM of Mauritius Pravind Jugnauth has recently inaugurated an airstrip and a St. James jetty in Aglela Island, that is in Mauritius. Take a note. Next, which of the following countries have recently become the members of the World Trade Organization, that is WTO? So which of the following countries have become the members of World Trade Organization? It is Union of Comoros and Democratic Republic of Timor-Leste. So right option becomes both 1 and 2. And the signing ceremony for this was held during the WTO's 13th ministerial conference that was hosted by UAE, United Arab Emirates, in Abu Dhabi. Next, according to the 10th edition of the Women Business and Law 2024 report released by World Bank Group in March, India has climbed to the dash place out of 190 countries in the index. So, according to the 10th edition of the Women Business Law report released by World Bank Group, India has climbed to 113th position out of 190 countries in this index. Correct? And this is for the first time that WBL, that is Women Business Law, assesses the gap between legal reforms and actual outcomes for women in 190 countries. Next, which of the following organizations along with Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation have recently pledged nearly 600 million towards eliminating cervical cancer? So it is World Bank and UNICEF, right? They have recently partnered with along with Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, and they have recently pledged nearly $600 million towards eliminating cervical cancer. Next, which country has recently joined NATO, that is North Atlantic Treaty Organization, as the alliance 32nd member? So this is the 32nd member that has recently joined, and it is Sweden. So Sweden became 32nd member of NATO. Correct? Of NATO. Next, in March, Panama became the dash member of the International Solar Alliance. So Panama became the 97th member to join International Solar Alliance, and Malta became the 119th country, that is a 19th signatory country to join International Solar Alliance. Right? So Panama became 97th member of International Solar Alliance. Take a note of it. If we talk about International Solar Alliance, launched in 2015, it was a initiative between India and France together. Project director is Ajay Mathur. Headquarter is in Gurugram, Haryana. Correct. So right option here becomes option 2, 97th. Next, according to Trends in International Arms Transfer 23 released by Swedish think tank, that is SIPRI, dash country was the world's top arm importer for the period 2019 to 23. So according to them, according to SIPRI, in March, which country was the world's top arm importer? It was our India. Right? Our India was the top arm importer for the period 2019 to 2023. And India's import has increased by 4.7% compared to the period 2014 to 2018. Then if we are talking about the second and the third largest here, second is Saudi Arabia and third is Qatar. Next, if we are talking about the top three largest exporters, right? If we are talking about them, it is USA, France, and Russia. Next, which country has recently signed a protocol for the establishment of the Joint Economic and Trade Committee with India? It is Dominican Republic. Right? Dominican Republic has signed a protocol for the establishment of Joint Economic and Trade Committee with India. Take a note of this. And this protocol is basically to establish a bilateral institution mechanism between both the nations in trade and commerce that will enhance collaboration in various service sectors and foster technological exchange and innovation. Next, name the Indian naval ship that has participated in exercise Cutlass Express at Port Victoria, Seychelles in March 2024. It is INS Tir. Correct. Indian naval ship Tir has participated in exercise Cutlass Express at Port Victoria, Seychelles in March 2024. And this exercise in this Indian Navy has been participating since 2019. Next, the Indian Army contingent, that is Gorkha Rifles, participated in the dash edition of joint military exercise Lamitya between Indian Army and Seychelles Defence Force that was held in Seychelles. So location is Seychelles. So Indian Army contingent Gorkha Rifles, they participated in which edition? It was the 10th edition of the joint military exercise Lamitya held between Indian Army and Seychelles Defence Force. Correct? And this exercise has been held in Seychelles since the year 2001. And here, this exercise Lamitya means friendship. The meaning of this word Lamitya means friendship. Next, according to the 12th edition of the World Happiness Report 2024 in March, India secured Dash rank while Dash has topped the position for the 7th consecutive time. So, according to the 12th edition of the World Happiness Report released in March, India secured 126th rank while Finland has topped the position for the 7th consecutive time. Then Finland, it is followed by which country? It is followed by Denmark, Iceland, Sweden, and then Israel. And what is the rank of India? India is at 126th position out of 146 countries. So right option here becomes option 2, 126 and Finland. Next, in which exercise or in which city exercise Tiger Triumph 24, that is the third edition of the bilateral tri-service humanitarian assistance and disaster relief exercise, amphibious exercise between India and USA was conducted in March. So this is exercise Tiger Triumph, right? Tiger Triumph 24. This is the third edition of the bilateral tri-service humanitarian assistance and disaster relief exercise that was held between India and USA. What is the location? Where was this held? It was held at Visakhapatnam in Andhra Pradesh. Correct? Take a note of this. Right option is option 1, Visakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh. Next, which of the following points are correct with respect to Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to Bhutan in March 2024? So if you look at the option, all these three options are rightly mentioned here. PM Narendra Modi received the Order of the Druk Gyalpo, Bhutan's highest civilian award. The MOU on the establishment of the Kokrajhar, that is Assam, India, Glifu, Rail Link, and Banarhat, that is in West Bengal, India, and Samtes in Bhutan, rail links between India and Bhutan were also finalized. So absolutely right. And C is PM Modi announced that India will provide financial support of up to 10,000 rupees or 10,000 crore rupees to Bhutan over the next 5 years. This option is also right. So all these options are right here. Next, name the Indian who has been recently elected as the co-chairman of the Digital Innovation Board of the International Telecommunication Union. So Neeraj Mittal has been recently elected as the co-chair of the Digital Innovation Board of the ITU. Next, according to the 4th edition of the UN Global E-Waste Monitor, that is GEM 2024 report released in March, the world generated dash of e-waste in 2022. So the world generated a total of 62 million tons of e-waste in 2022. And remember, globally the e-waste generation is increasing by 2.6 million tons annually. Right? Also, the report revealed that the world generated 62 million tons of e-waste in 2022. That is up by 82% compared to the 2010. And this was the 4th edition of the United Nations Global E-Waste Monitor report. Next, in March, United Nations General Assembly adopted the first global resolution on artificial intelligence. Which country proposed the non-binding resolution? So it is United States of America that has recently proposed the non-binding resolution, and it was United Nations General Assembly that has adopted the first global resolution on artificial intelligence. This non-binding resolution was proposed by USA and was co-sponsored by 123 countries that include China, Cuba, and Russia. Next, according to the India Employment Report 2024, Youth Education, Employment and Skills published by International Labour Organization and Institute of Human Development in March 24, India's youth accounts for almost dash of the unemployed workforce in India. So here, India's youth account for almost 83% of the unemployed workforce in India. This data was released by ILO and IHD, that is Institute of Human Development. Right option is option 3. Next, according to the 13th edition of Hurun Global Rich List released in March, Mukesh Ambani has been ranked as the world's dash richest person, while Dash has topped the position for the 3rd year in a row. So, according to the 13th edition of the Hurun Global Rich List released in March, Mukesh Ambani has been ranked as the world's 10th richest person, while Elon Musk has topped the position for the 3rd time in a row. Right option is option 5. Next, According to the Global Trade Update from United Nations Conference on Trade and Development released in March, the global trade is set to rebound in 2024 after a dash contraction in 2023 totaling to $1 trillion. So according to UNCTAD released in March, the global trade is set to rebound in 2024 after a 3% contraction in 2023 totaling to $1 trillion. And the service sector was resilient with a 8% increase, almost that is $500 billion in 2022, while the goods and trade declined by 5% compared to 2022. Next, according to Food Waste Index report released by United Nations Environment Program UNEP in March 24, the world wasted an estimated of 19% of the food that was globally produced in 2022. That means almost 19% of the food that was globally produced in 2022 was wasted. And this totals to this 19% accounts for about 1.05 billion metric tons of food, right? This equals to 132 kg of food per person, right? And this accounts for nearly 1/5 of the all available food that was wasted. Next, how many sites were recently added to the UNESCO Global Geoparks network? So a total of 18 sites were recently added to the UNESCO Global Geoparks network, right? And these 18 new sites are situated in countries such as Brazil, China, Croatia, Denmark, Finland, France, Greece, Hungary, Poland, Portugal, and Spain. Right? So these are your important current affairs for the topic international affairs, friends. Now let's move to some revision part that will be very beneficial for your learning. Next, Prime Minister Narendra Modi addressed the opening ceremony of RBI at 90 in Mumbai, Maharashtra on 1st of April, and it organized to mark the 90 years of the establishment of RBI. Question asked here is, the coin weighs about how much that was recently launched during the RBI at 90. So this coin that was launched as a commemorative coin, this is a 40-gram coin. This is a 40-gram coin that was launched, right? And this is a 90 rupees coin that was launched by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and it was to commemorate 90 means 90 years of establishment of RBI, and the coin weighs around 40 grams. This coin is made from pure silver. Next, according to World Line India Digital Payments Report of second half of 2023 released in April, the UPI transactions volume in the second half of 2023 increased by how much to 65.77 billion. So according to this, the UPI transaction volume in the second half of 2023 increased by 56%. This data was released by World Line India Digital Payments, and this is for the second half of 2023. Take a note of this. Next, who has been recently nominated as the member? Okay, one more thing here before moving on. Remember, the average ticket size of the UPI transactions reduced by 8%, right? Earlier it used to be 1648 rupees. This is the average ticket size in the second half of 2022, and it reduced by 8% to 1515 rupees. This is an average size, correct? Means the average of all the transactions that took place, the average became 1515. Next, who has been recently appointed as the member of Athletic Commission of the Asian Athletic Association for 4 years, that is from 2024 to 2028. So Shiny Kursingal Abraham Wilson, right, has been appointed or nominated as the member of the Athletic Commission of the Asian Athletic Association, and for a period of how many years? For a period of 4 years, that is from 2024 to 2028. Take a note of this. And remember, she became the first Indian woman. She became the first Indian woman to be the flag bearer for the Indian contingent at the 1992 Barca Olympic Games, right? She was the first Indian woman. Mark this, right? Flag bearer for the 1992 Barcelona Olympics. Also, Shiny Wilson, she was awarded with Padma Shri in 1998 and also received Arjuna Award in 1985. Apart from this, remember, if I ask you, this is your homework question, who is the flag bearer for India for the Paris Olympic Games 2024? Also, apart from flag bearer, who will be the torch bearer for 2024? These two are your homework question, and I want to see the answers in the comment. Next, In April 2024, Ousmane Sonko was appointed as the Prime Minister of which country? So Ousmane Sonko was appointed as the Prime Minister of Senegal. He was the Prime Minister of Senegal. Next, who has recently taken the charge as the Principal Director General of the Press Information Bureau, that is PIB. So Shefali B. Sharan has been or has taken the charge as the Principal Director General of PIB, that is Press Information Bureau. Take a note of this, right? And Shefali Sharan, she's an Indian Information Service Officer of 1990 batch, correct? And she became the 5th women officer to lead the Press Information Bureau. She will succeed whom? She will be succeeding Manish Desai. She will be succeeding Manish Desai. Next, as of April 2024, India is the dash largest importer of ethane from the US in 2023. So India is the second largest importer of ethane from US in 2023. Take a note of this. Correct? Who is the largest importer here of ethane from US? It is China. And on second is India. Next, which of the following companies were recently selected by National Aeronautics Space Agency, that is NASA, to develop technologies for Lunar Terrain Vehicle, that is LTV? So Intuitive Machines, Lunar Outpost and Venturi Astrolabs, right? These are the companies that were selected by whom? Selected by NASA, and it was to develop technologies for Lunar Terrain Vehicle, that is LTV. Correct? And this lunar roving vehicle is a battery powered vehicle that will be used by astronauts for the Apollo 15, 16 and 17 mission. Also, NASA plans to use this LTV for the Artemis 5 mission. Next, in which state or UT a 2-day coastal security exercise Sagar Kavach was conducted in April 2024. So this exercise Sagar Kavach was held where? In Lakshadweep this was held, and it was on 1st and 2nd of April this exercise was conducted. Right? And here in this, Indian Navy, Indian Coast Guard, Marine Police, Fisheries, Customs and other security agencies also took part in this particular exercise. Next, according to Business Environment Ranking 2024 report released by Economist Intelligence Unit in April, India secured dash rank in the list, while dash country has topped the position for the 16th consecutive time. So, if we are talking about Business Environment Ranking report that is released by EIU, Economics Intelligence Unit, and if we talk about India, India secured here 51st position. And which country secured the top position here? It is Singapore, and Singapore secured this position for the 16th time in a row. Next, in April, RBI deferred the implementation of exchange traded currency derivatives regulations to dash to curb speculative trading. So RBI deferred the implementation of ETCD, that is exchange traded currency derivatives regulations, from 3rd of May 2024. Earlier it was 5th of April, but the date was extended to 3rd of May, and here RBI stated that in INR USD pair you cannot further do your currency exchange, right? You cannot even trade, you cannot do forex also in this, but the date was extended to 3rd of May. Next, who has been recently appointed as a member of Economic Advisory Panel of the World Bank Group? So, who has been appointed as the member of the Economic Advisory Panel of the World Bank Group? Rakesh Mohan has been appointed here. He is the former Deputy Governor of RBI, and he has been appointed as the member or a member of the Economic Advisory Panel to the World Bank. Next, which army forces command along with DRDO has recently conducted the flight test of the new generation ballistic missile Agni Prime from the coast of Odisha? Which is the organization, or which is that which force command? It is Strategic Forces Command, right? Along with DRDO, they have recently conducted the flight test of new generation Agni P, that is Agni Prime missile, and it was done from the coast of Odisha. Also remember, question can be asked that this Agni Prime, this is a missile of which country? It is of our India, right? And this is the 6th variant of the Agni series that has been developed. The range of this Agni Prime missile is close between 1000 kilometers to 2000 kilometers. Next, in April, Indian Army commenced the induction of the indigenous Akshatir control and reporting system to enhance air defense capabilities. So question asked here is that which company has developed this project? Akshatir. So this was developed by Bharat Electronics Limited, right? Coming back, Indian Army, they commenced the induction of Akshatir control and reporting system. This is an air defense system. This was developed by Bharat Electronics Limited and this was developed under the Atmanirbhar Bharat initiative. Akshatir. Next, the Indian Air Force received the delivery of the first indigenously designed and developed crash fire dash. So question asked is about the full form of this CFT, that is crash fire tender. Correct. And Indian Air Force, they received the delivery of this first indigenously designed and developed CFT, that is cash fire tender. This is manufactured by Noida UP based MSME firm. Correct. The cost for this is 291 crore rupees. Next, in April, Dash became the only Indian weightlifter to qualify for the Paris Olympics 2024 after finishing third in Group B of the women's 49 kg division and 12th overall with a total lift of 184 kg at the International Weightlifting Federation World Cup 2024. So, Mirabai Chanu, correct? Saicom Mirabai Chanu, she became the only Indian weightlifter who qualified for Paris Olympic Games 2024 after finishing third in the Group B of the women's 49 kg division. Right? Take a note of this. This 2024 IWF World Cup was held from 31st of April to 11th of April. Location where was this IWF World Cup held? It was held in Thailand. Location can be asked and it was held in Thailand. Next, which port has recently set an all-time record by handling 66.4 million metric tons of cargo in the fiscal year 24? So, which is that port? It is Shama Prasad Mukherjee Port and this has set an all-time record by handling 66.4 million metric ton of cargo in the fiscal year 24. Now, next question can be asked is where is this Shama Prasad Mukherjee Port located? Location is Kolkata. Kolkata, West Bengal, this port is located. Moving on, next is name the chess player who has recently replaced 5-time world champion Vishwanath Anand as the highest ranked Indian in the official FIDE ranking list in April 2024. So, who he will be? So, Arjun Erigesi replaced the 5-time world champion Vishwanath Anand as the highest ranked Indian in the official FIDE rating list. Take a note of this. That's all for the day, friends. I hope you enjoyed the session and you can follow us on the YouTube channel as well as apart from YouTube channel, you can go and follow us at AffairsCloud Telegram channel. And if you have any queries related to the content or the of courses offered to you or the payment which you did on the application, you can contact us on the number provided, that is 7677333862. Apart from this, friends, you can follow us on the Facebook as well as on Instagram handle, that is AffairsCloud_official. Also, students, you can use code Vikas10 that will give you extra 10% discount on the courses that you will purchase.